Then you are home. The Valley's news talk and podcasts. Talk Central Phoenix.
Okay, so I'm really confused because, my dad's Latino and my mom is white. So does that mean I can only listen to, half of Chips and Salsa?
That's the smartest thing I've ever heard anyone say about anything.
And we are back. Welcome back to the Chips and Salsa Show. I'm Alice Lara with
Don Jorge.
And we welcome back our wonderful guest, Moises Sanchez, who is running for Phoenix City Council District Number 6. And we were just starting to talk about some topics here. One of the things I was asking you about before we started the show was, okay, it's redistricting time. How does all that work? Does that affect the city districts?
It does not. So the way the City Council does their redistricting, they're going to go through the process, but it won't happen until March 2023. So it happens after this election cycle. So right now, the redistricting is happening at the state and at the federal level, and we'll know those districts and those lines come January, right? And once we know those lines, then the election happens in November. Well, for the city, those lines aren't going to even start getting drawn up until after March of 2023. So the new city council member will have a huge impact, a huge say on what those lines are going to look like.
Wow.
So my district right now is all of Ahwatukee. So it looks like this, all of Ahwatukee. Okay. Then it goes up to I-10. It gets Arcadia, Biltmore, Camelback, and then it crosses the 51 and gets a little piece of Dreamy Draw. So it's a weird district because it doesn't get anything in the middle here, and it just gets the northern part and the southern part of the district.
Wow. So that's why it's even more important to really pay attention to these races because, you could win, and then I could find myself in your district when they redraw the lines.
That's correct.
What happens is he is on one side of the mountain, I'm on the other side of the mountain because I live on South Mountain. So all this stuff, thank you for explaining that because I was wondering about that. Okay, next topic. We were also talking about kids and sports and all that good stuff, and that we only have them till 4:30 because if you can believe it, this guy has grandkids.
That's
did you get married at 12? Is that what you did?
He's going to be playing coach.
Yeah, so me and my wife is the coach of the basketball team, of our grandkids' basketball team. It's a 5th grade basketball team, and she's seen patients. So my wife is an obstetrician gynecologist who specializes in addiction medicine. And so unfortunately today, she's stuck in the clinic a little longer than she wanted to be. So she texted me and said, hey, I need you to cover for basketball. So I got to go down to basketball, which made me think of the city of Phoenix and the vote recently. So they just voted last week to extend their current ban on out-of-state tournaments and major tournaments in city parks and city fields, which is insane because here I'm going to go coach, and every Saturday for the last 5 weeks, we play our games either at Tempe or in Ahwatukee at the YMCA. Place is packed with people cheering, fans, parents, grandparents. Some people have masks, some don't. Mm-hmm. But we're open. We're open. You see NCAA, you see football, you go to the Cards game, you see concerts over at Ak-Chin. We're open for business, but the city of Phoenix refuses to open their parks for our kids, and that's insane. It's madness. It's crazy.
I know we have beautiful parks. In fact, I know we've won awards in the city of Phoenix. So we're maintaining these wonderful, beautiful parks, and they're going unused.
Correct. And it's
your
it's
tax
a shame.
Dollars not at work, is what I would say. So that's definitely something that you would like to address.
Oh, we could do better. We will do better.
Awesome. And on the homeless situation, it's getting worse. People seem to like the weather here,
Right now.
Right, but there's got, and I know you and Moises has worked on this for a while with the homeless, and he has a lot of brilliant ideas how to better the homeless situation. And I know that some of it you can talk about, some of it you can't. But give us an idea of what how it could be getting a little bit better. And I know that some of it you have to talk to your people regarding what can be.
We're pretty transparent with our plan. It's on the platform. It's on our website, MosesSanchez.com. And when you go there, you'll see that I really believe that city's job is not to fix homelessness. It is not government's job to fix homelessness. Mm-hmm. There's not a silver bullet to fix homelessness. There's 100 different reasons why somebody's homeless. It could be mental health. It could be a substance use disorder. It could be economic conditions. It could be domestic violence. There's 100 different reasons why somebody's homeless in the city of Phoenix. And guess what? We are blessed to have 100 different organizations that address every one of those reasons. The problem is that the city often gets in the way of these nonprofits and all the great work that they do. And so I'm a big advocate of the city removing and lowering restrictions and regulations, red tape for the nonprofit and charities in our community that do good work that the city's not going to do. When you talk to them, they say, "Hey, the city just makes it really difficult for us to do our job." They whether it's adding new features to our facility, expanding the beds, even just basic landscaping. It costs a whole lot of money to do that. The city requests that these shelters, they treat them like high-rise developers. And the worst part is, these high-rise developers, we incentivize them. We give them tax breaks to come in and build. But our nonprofits that address a problem in our society, we put barriers to them. I mean, we should be incentivizing the folks who are doing good work for the city, right? Instead of putting barriers in their way. And so I'm a big fan of that, and you'll see that written on my platform.
That is such an excellent point that I don't think we think about. Because what we see, I'm driving to work or something, and then I see the homeless person. And it's very frustrating for me. What I tell people, and I encourage people to do this, because you can't just stop and do something. If they're really bad off, I'll call the police. I know there's certain numbers you can call. But sometimes you think, I may be doing more damage if I call on them. So what I do is I do say a Hail Mary for them. I want to talk about Blue, and go ahead, you had something else, I'm sorry.
Ever since I've known Moises, I mean, I've known him for a long time, but recently he has been an advocate on helping homeless. His ideas, they're workable ideas. And so I know he's going to come up with workable solutions when he's a city councilman.
I want to put a plug in, because you were also working on a publication, I think it was online, and you talked to the people about this. You did study. It's not just like, oh, I just made it up, it's a theory. You did your homework.
We did. We have a blog called Phoenix Narrative. It's still out there. We interviewed not just homeless shelters, we interviewed different facilities that help with addiction. We interviewed food shelters, food banks, and we interviewed their CEOs. And it wasn't just a tell us about your organization. We asked the hard questions. How do we solve this at the state level? How do we solve this at the federal level? How do we address this at the local city level? And they were really frank with me, and they gave me honest answers. And those are the answers that we put together on our platform to address homelessness.
He's very passionate about this. I know it. He's been, I mean, I've talked to a lot of people, and they talk about homelessness and stuff. Moises was actually putting things into a working, like that magazine that you're talking about.
Well, it's you know what it is? It's, I see a homeless person, and I think that could have been my father.
Yes.
I think that could have been my cousin.
Right.
I think that's my battle buddy from Afghanistan.
Yeah.
I think I empathize immediately, because I know a lot of people who have struggled, and some of them who actually ended up homeless. But when I see a homeless person, it burns me up. I mean, we
America, man.
are the richest country on the planet. Why is this happening, and who's addressing it?
That's a good idea.
Very well said. Let's talk about our law enforcement. As we said before, my city councilman is not a big supporter of them. We are here big supporters of the Blue, law enforcement. And in fact, like I say, next week's going to have a good show all about that. So how, just tell me your approach, maybe. That's how we do it.
I think I use numbers and data, and I'm really frank with people. It's not, it's when I had 4 meet and greets in September in the Ahwatukee area, and we have other meet and greets and fundraisers set up in the rest of the district. But during that time when I was talking to folks in Ahwatukee, a lot of them didn't realize. They said, "Hey, I haven't seen a police officer in a long time in Ahwatukee." And it was like, I had to explain that Ahwatukee is a community of about 100,000 people. And in that community, we have 5 patrol cars. 5 patrol cars in this in the Ahwatukee precinct. 5 patrol cars. But here's where it gets crazy. Out of those 5 patrol cars, because the Ahwatukee precinct includes a sliver of South Mountain, 2 of those patrol cars are on the north part of South Mountain.
No.
So Ahwatukee, that's not Ahwatukee.
That's South Mountain.
That's South Mountain. So Ahwatukee essentially has 3 patrol cars. So 1 car accident on
Because you
Ray
have
Road.
no crime there, right?
Oh yeah, because it's such a friendly place. There's no crime. We don't have helicopters flying over there ever. A car accident, a fender bender, something happens, and now somebody's getting mugged in some other part. Our wait time for police has gone up year after year after year. I think we're up to 17 minutes now. You call the police, you have to wait 17 minutes. That's insane in parts of Ahwatukee. It's pretty tough down there, and it's frustrating for people, and you have to explain the data. This is exactly how many police officers we have in this region. And I think if you go to every village, so the city of Phoenix, we don't have boroughs, we have different villages. And if you go to every village and you explain exactly how many police officers we have, as a city with one of the fastest cities growing in America, our police force hasn't grown at the same rate. No. And if you look at the city, the 4th largest city, and you look at the 6th largest city, so if you look at Houston and if you look at Philadelphia has more police officers, and they have more police officers per mile than we do. We not only have less police officers than Philadelphia, which is the 6th largest city, but we have less police officers, and we're 550 square miles, covering a much broader area. It's talk data. If we talk data, we talk numbers, people, I think, well, okay, maybe we need 1 more patrol car. We really need like 3 or 4, right? But I'm just trying to get 1. Give me 1. Give me a finger.
Small.
Let's start with a finger, right? Give me 1. I think we can get that 1 if we just continue to talk about the data and the numbers.
Well, one of the things, too, is to try to bridge that gap, because in these times, it'd be very difficult to it's very difficult to recruit police officers. I know the city of Phoenix is down police officers. They're retiring them, or they're not coming here.
So my son, who's in the Navy as well, right, and he's being deployed in December, and he was going through the recruitment process of the police force. And when he said to me and my wife, I want to be a police officer, and I started the process. He didn't ask for permission. He started the process. My wife said, you need to talk to your son. I said, I don't need to talk to my son. We need good police officers. My son would be a great police officer. We need good police officers, but unfortunately, you're right. The recruitment, who wants to be a police officer? We have more police officers retiring now than we have going into the force. Wow. I mean, and we still can lose 1/3 of our force due to retirement over the next 18 months.
Because when you have a society or a mindset of defund the police, and people start getting brazen out there, they come up to the police officers and they challenge them, where before they wouldn't have done that.
You're seeing it right now. You're seeing it right now.
It everywhere.
The sheriff, the deputy who just passed away the other night. This needs to stop.
Yeah.
You know, and some people think that the rhetoric, it's just rhetoric. No, it's not rhetoric. People are acting on this rhetoric. We need to stop this.
That was at the substation. And I'll give you one quick example. On our next door, 1 minute. Wow. In bold daylight, the guy goes up, the cameras are on him, he just takes stuff and cuts the wires, and I can tell you the whole story. Okay. 30 seconds. Give us your spiel, because I know you got to go.
Hey, I'm a business owner. I'm a veteran. I'm a community activist. I've been involved. I'm rooted in our community. Vote. Go to my website. Check out my website, mosessanchez.com, for Phoenix City Council. Google Phoenix City Council, and you'll see me right there on Google. So thank you so much for having me, Alice, and thank you. El Alacrón.
It's been wonderful to have you, and stay tuned, because during the break we're talking about something we might work on together. You guys can be a part of it as well and come meet Moses.
Yeah.
We'll keep you posted.
It's going to be a big event. We're working on it.
Thank you. Come back again, okay?
I will,
Keep
I
us
promise.
posted on the campaign.
Absolutely.
Good luck. Take care. And guac on, of course. I'm Alice Lara here with
Don Jorge.
And, of course,
Moses Sanchez.
Vote for Moses, District 6, City of Phoenix, the City Council. We'll be right back with the rest of the show with Mayra Rodriguez. On Chips and Salsa Show, Talk Central Phoenix, here on Central City Radio. Don't go away.